What's going on, everyone? TomGorian here, and welcome back. Finally, the wait is over. The more anticipated RFL Season 2 has begun. I apologise for last week. Obviously, the season started last week, but my Elgato and my USB device that is connected from my Elgato to my computer wanted to do otherwise, so I couldn't really record it. And plus, also, if you've seen the race highlights, I was out the race inside 4 laps. But today, our season begins. Basically, our season, the actual season has already begun, but our season has begun. We're here in Bahrain, getting ready for the second round of Racing Formula League Season 2, and there's a lot of differences in this season of RFL. New drivers, as you can see, King Liam, Active Beacon, a lot of different names there this season for RFL. But basically, after the pace that we showed last season, scoring on a consistent basis and even getting lucky with a pole position and a podium, I'm looking to try and do the same for this season. If I'm lucky, I'm hoping to compete for the title, but I don't think that's going to be a possibility since there are other drivers around me that are quicker. But today is round 2 for the Bahrain Grand Prix, the second round of the Season 2 Championship. As my phone goes off, don't worry about that. Anyway, round 2 of RFL, a lot of new drivers, and right now I'm just waiting. As you notice, 18 minutes for the qualifying. That means a longer time for the quali sessions. And now, as you can see, here we go for our hot lap. This is our best lap of qualifying. I did one more run at the end, but I was a 10th down. But as you notice, I'm on the soft tyre, and basically the one stop does work around this track. It depends where you are and how good your pace is. And I'm not going to lie, my pace around this track isn't really that good, especially on this game. But I think when it comes to next season, I'll understand the game more, the mechanics more, the setups more. I think my pace will be so much better next season. But this season, just my pace hasn't been anywhere. But I'm looking to finish in the points. As I've said, it's only early beginnings. It's the second round of the season, so you can't win the title, but you can certainly make yourself. So as I was saying, the soft tyre really does wonders around this track. If you go on the soft tyre in this race, then you're definitely doing a one stop. But it really depends on your race pace. If your race pace is good, then the one stop can work, and it can gain you massive positions around this track. So right now, lap hasn't been that good. I've done my best on the soft tyre, but as you'll see, I just, for some reason, I just don't have pace on this track. I'm a little bit too slow, but hopefully as the season goes on and we get into more tracks like Spain, Monaco, Canada, France, Germany, Britain, hopefully I can show my true pace there. But across the line we go, and we actually go P7 there. We go P7 with a 1 minute 27.8 on the soft tyre, and that was the only successful qualifying lap that I managed to do. As you can see, we actually dropped down to P14, believe it or not. I did my second lap and I was a 10th down, so I will be starting on fresh softs going into the race. So P14, not really the best of qualifying, probably one of the worst qualifyings I had, considering I started Australia in 7th. But as you can see, Ian Boy gets pole position right there. Jigglypuff actually starts in 5th place. Vapid actually starts in 11th, but I think with Active Beacon, Vapid's teammate, having a 5th-place grid penalty for an incident in qualifying, Vapid will start in the top 10, and I think he'll have to start on the softs. I know that me, Adam, Vapid, we all started on the softs. Tia Leo, he's another new guy to the league. And yeah, so as you can see, there is Active Beacon. He's also starting on the soft tyres, and also Russell Rummage as well. He's going on a medium. So a lot of different strategies for today's race. A lot of different tyre strategies. A lot of different alternative strategies. Some people doing the 2-stop, others going for the 1-stop. others going for the alternative one stop, going from mediums to softs, others doing softs to mediums, and others doing super softs to double softs. So here we go. We are starting P14, but just because we're starting in P14 does not mean that we can't finish outside of the top 10 if we get a good start and maybe our luck goes our way. Maybe we can get somewhere in this race. So here we go for 5 red lights for the start of RFL Season 2, and it's lights out, away we go. Tia Leo has had a terrible start as we head in towards turn 1. Now notice Adam Lee and Vapid on the inside, excuse me, as we head in towards turn 1, braking at the 100 meter board. We're going to try and go round the outside of Adam. Made of contact there. We don't really make contact. I had to avoid and correct my steering input, and as you can see, that's Active Beacon. He's lost the back end there, and we are into P11 at the start of this race, heading up the hill in towards turn number 4, and we're going to try and get the switch back on Vapikud side by side. We lose the back end there. It's Vapikud first, TomGorian into the S section, and I had to back out of that since basically it's the first lap and you can't win the race on the first lap, but you can damn sure lose it. I think, looking back on the footage, the one thing that really has improved of my driving style this season, I think would probably say would be my racecraft. I think looking at the footage right now and seeing what I've done, like, I think now I'm more patient with my moves. I now know when to go for moves, when not to go for moves, when I'm being overtaken, when to defend, when not to defend, you know what I mean? So I think improving my racecraft was definitely a key thing in this season. But now lap 2, King Liam, a new guy into this league. We're going to try and overtake him, use the switchback, but well, you can't. We just don't have the grip to try and overtake him. Now in towards the S section, as you can see, there's Adam Lee there. There's been a bit of contact there with a Sauber and a Haas, and we've had to avoid him. Goodness me, we just about avoided him, but we have to give the position back. We've also lost the position to Russell Rummage, and we've given the position to Vapid, and we've also given the position to Tia Leo in the Renault. So, and now our teammate Dino, the Scotsman, the Scottish Adam, as we call him, he's my new teammate this year. As you all know, Artie is not on Season 2, and Perez has remained in Force India, but now it's lap 6, and we've got Russell Rummage. He makes a late move. We're going to go around the outside of Russell Rummage. Bit of ghosting there, but we make the move. We're in P7, and the reason why I went to the soft tyres was because the softs, I think, are a better race tyre than the supers. So now it's lap 13, and we've just been overtaken by La Haas, I think, and here we go for our first and only pit stop. I think I could have went 1 lap earlier, but I was looking at the strategy before the race, and if I went 1 lap later or 1 lap earlier, I would have lost around about 1 to 3 tenths. So lapping or pitting on lap 13 was definitely the right option, and as you can see, King Liam, Perez overtakes us as well. But notice the Mercedes of Vapikud. So I'm exiting the pit lane, and Rummage is in the McLaren. Rummage is going to overtake us, and in Vapid we're going to come out, and Vapid just about gets ahead. We're going to try and dive down the inside, but we're just too far back. So Vapid gets P9. We're actually in the points right now, which is something that I'm actually happy about as we head towards lap 17. And here we go with Rummage again, and he's on the medium tyre. So a lot of drivers doing the soft to medium strategy. He goes a little bit wide, he locks up, we make a bit of contact right there, and luckily for me there was no front wing. And I even mentioned it in the chat after the race. I thought he was letting me by, but it turns out he went wide, and he nearly ruined my race, since like he nearly damaged my front wing. But he's in the pits, and we are now in P8, and as you can see, there's a Red Bull coming down our inside. We have no choice. We're going to let him by, and yeah, this is not the first time you'll see us battle this race, as we will continue to battle as we head in towards the later stages of the race. So now it's lap 23, and now we are in actually P6, believe it or not. Some people have actually made the 2-stop, but now this is the Sauber come down here inside. I can't see the name, the preview screen's too small, but P7, we've been overtaken by the Sauber, and now heading in towards lap 25. And as you can see, Bob Packety in the McLaren right there is actually hounding us, and it looks like some of the 2-stop runners are actually starting to be more quicker than us. So our tyres are starting to go, and we're just getting eaten alive here by the 2 stop runners. There goes Bob in towards 7th place, but as long as we can finish inside the points, that is all that's all I want, really, is to finish in the points. And now we have the Toro Rosso of Ben JP12 in the Toro Rosso, and as you can see, DRS, he just, yeah, there's nothing I can do there. And we are in P9. Beacon's in P10, but I think he has a time penalty. But now lap 27, and we are all over the Toro Rosso. We got DRS. Let's see if we can catch him as we go dive down the inside. This is for P8 in the race. We don't want to risk anything. It's still early stages in the season, and plus finishing in P8 or P9 is much better than not even finishing at all. So I want to be careful with my moves. One of the weaknesses I will say about my driving is probably that I'm not confident under braking. I don't know why. But as you can see, I lost at the back end there, and I think I broke a little bit too early. But around the final corner we go. It's been a decent race. We started P14. We're going to finish P9. 2 points to start Season 2 RFL. Not bad. Not a bad way to start the season, but it could have been much better. So Jigglypuff wins he wins his first race of the season. He was supposed to win in Australia, but if you watched the Australian Grand Prix, he crashed into the pit lane in the race. But Jigglypuff wins with Ian Boy in 2nd place. King Liam, I think he started from the back of the grid. I think he started P16. He actually finishes in P3. So that's what I've told you. If you do the strategy and your pace is decent, you're actually more than decent, good enough, then your race position should be improved majorly. But yeah, it doesn't look like we're going to be anywhere near the podium right now. Just the one thing that we need to do is just make sure that we gain points on a consistent basis. The next race is China, a good track of mine. I don't mind China. I mean, with last season, I think the main problem with last season's race was just the tyre wear in general, and plus also mixed conditions. So you never know with China if it's going to be a dry or wet race, like it was last season. It went from wet to dry, and then it went from dry to wet, and then wet to dry. But it should be an unpredictable race, and yeah, not a bad way to start the season. We finished 9th, and that's all we're looking for. We're looking to score points right now. It's only the first couple of races in the season, but as the season progresses, I'm looking to do more damage. So thanks for watching. Make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more weekly RFL Season 2 F1 2018 videos and F1 2018 Career Mode videos. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.